Just close your eyes, please. Just keep your eyes closed. Remember that verse where he says, Karmanyeva adhikarame ma phaleshu kadachana. Karmanyeva me adhikar. I have full privilege, freedom over the action. Ma phaleshu kadachana. Never over the result of action. I have full control as long as I'm at the level of the thought. If you are conscious, it is your choice to act on the thought or not to act on the thought. A thought by itself is not an action. That is why if somebody tells you, don't have bad thought, they are destroying you. A thought by itself is not an action, it's just a thought. If at all, you can say it's a suggestion, a picture coming up, to do or not to do, to act or not to act on the thought, is still your choice. So karmani adhikara, you have full freedom over the action. But once you act it out, once the thought expressed at the level of your speech, you speak it out, which is an action, or the movement of your limbs. Both way, actions will have a result, karma phala, consequences. As long as you are just thinking at the thought level, nobody knows your thought. Whether it is a thought with criminal intent, very noble intent, the picture of any kind, ugly, beautiful, or the so-called good, bad, it means nothing until you speak your mind. Or you act on your thought. And once you speak it out, once you act it out, at the level of your speech or your limbs, now no more the consequences are under your control. Ma phaleshu kadachana. That is why, if you are a conscious actor, it begins at the level of the thought itself, because you cannot ever defend a wrong speech, a wrong action, a wrong move. When somebody attempts to defend a wrong speech, which he should not have spoken, a wrong action, which he should not have done, that time you become irrational. If you force your wrong action and speech on others, you become what in ordinary language, a criminal, a gunda, mafia, terrorist. The person trying to defend is unconscious, irrational speech or action. Creates tremendous disharmony in his life and the life of community. However noble or ignoble your thought may be, at the level of the thought, they are just fine. You have still not acted on it. That is why consider the thoughts as thoughts. Perhaps a suggestion, but never a command. It's like a window shopping, where you see so many things. Purchasing or not purchasing is your choice. Sometimes a shopkeeper will manipulate you to purchase something as though your decision, but he has manipulated you as you are innocent, uneducated. Many minds can be manipulated that way. A terrorist may declare that is his intent, decision to kill others, but somebody has successfully manipulated that mind, giving him assurance, taking away the guilt that there is nothing wrong in killing. Please see the perversion. So as long as it's a thought in your mind, and you are conscious, always in meditation, please see the mechanism. No thought is good or bad, right or wrong. You are yet to act on the thought, and that is your privilege, human privilege. Action means, for human beings, it must be a conscious action where you choose to act, not you are made to act like an animal instinctively act. Karmanyeva adhikara. But once you speak it out, act it out at the level of your limbs, body, hands, legs, anything, at the karmendriya level of the organs of action. Your tongue, speak it out. Hands and legs, kicking somebody, patting or slapping somebody. Then sexual activity, organs of action, consequences are there. When you are ignorant, unconscious, not knowing the mechanism, you are aware only the result of action and never knew that long before consequences happen, there is an action, there is a thought, there is a decision. All these steps are bypassed by the ignorant. But that is how a person begins. So many different emotions, repentance, unhappiness, obsession with certain sensations do happen for everybody. When you start analyzing, understanding yourself. Now these habits, vasanas, impressions, are very deep. You consciously start acting to counteract those compulsive thoughts. Ask yourself a question. Your thoughts, are they just simple appearances, suggestions, or it is compulsive, which commands? If you cannot stop at the level of the thought itself, you have to act on it. It becomes compulsive. Of course, it depends. Somebody's house is on fire and your mind tells you, go, 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 call them. You can't say, these are compulsive. No. When it helps somebody, helps yourself, helps somebody, you act on it. Which destroys somebody, destroys you, and destroys others, watch out. Because once you speak it out, you can't withdraw. Once you act it out, you can't withdraw. At least accept the consequences as it is. So when you consciously act, karmanyeva adhikara, you are already in meditation. Because to choose to act on your thought, you must be conscious. If you have touched it at the very root itself, your attitude is beautiful. Buddhi yoga, that is your intelligence. A yoga of attitude. In relation to karma, therefore karma yoga. Action itself becomes a yoga because the attitude behind is beautiful. You are happy with yourself, consciously acting, ready for consequences, and no more looking for happiness. It's action for action's sake, speech for speech's sake, food for food's sake, touch, taste, smell, anything for its own sake. Karma yogi. Once you are conscious, expressing the thought and accepting the result as it is, and then act on, continue to act on in life. Your mind is ready. You are already with yourself. Can't escape the knowledge. Ajo nitya sashvatayam purana. I am the unborn eternal. Always in meditation. Yet continue to act on in life. To keep yourself alive and help others being alive. You never harm yourself, nor you harm somebody else. That is why they call it sadhu. Sadhu purusha. Sadhu means parakaryam sadhnoti iti sadhu. One who lives for others. Parakaryam sadhnoti. One who lives for others, not for his satisfaction, but other person's blessing, helping out others. Like a person happy with himself, no need to do anything, but continues to teach, act for others' sake. Every person must do it. You are educated, you have some means, rich. You don't need anything, anybody, but to help others to be educated, to be rich, to be conscious of their health. It's not my child, my husband, my wife. The whole humanity as it is. Wherever you can, you help it out. Living for others, always in meditation. as you sit down, see for yourself. Karmanyeva adhikarami, full privilege over action. I am blessed to have this knowledge, a choice over my thought to act or not to act. And before acting, I know the consequences, karma phala, and I accept it as it is. Ma phaleshu kadachana, because I have no control over the result of action. Once an action is done, what is spoken, it goes out of my control. Now it is others. A stone is thrown, gone out of your hand. If it doesn't hit somebody's head, lucky. If it hits, you are to meet with consequences. So always be in meditation, yourself, and be a conscious actor. Thereby, antakarana suddhi. The mind gets ready to abide in its own nature all the time. More unconscious action, more unnecessary reaction, and more confusing, confused you are inside. More unnecessary emotions and thoughts to handle. When you are a conscious actor, you don't have many thoughts to deal with. No unnecessary, unwanted emotions to deal with. Because you are not initiating any unnecessary emotion. As they say, if you sow a wind, you will reap a whirlwind. Unconscious emotions, thoughts, speeches, actions create cyclones out of simple wind, crisis out of a simple situation. More unconscious you are, more crisis-ridden you are. More conscious you are, eternally blissful you are. So see that for yourself. Vedeshangapadakramopanisadai ayandeyam sa dhyanavastita tadgatena manasa pashyantiyam yogina yasyantam na Vidusura Suragana Devaya Tasmai. Yeah, 51. Karmajam buddhiyuktahi phalam tyaktva manishinah janma bandha vinirmuktaha padam gacchantyanāmayam yada te moha kalilam buddhir vyatitarishyati tada gantasi nirvedam srotavyasya srutasya ca shrutivi pratipannate yada sthasyati nischala samadhavachala buddhihi tada yogamavapsyasi yada te moha kalilam buddhir vyatitarishyati tada gantasi nirvedam srotavyasya srutasya ca shrutivi pratipannate yada sthasyati nischala samadhavachala buddhihi tada yogamavapsyasi nischala nischala ha nischala. You know, the more you study these things, now you see for yourself how much complicated your mind is, your thoughts are, and your actions, are they conscious action, conscious speech, or are they unconscious speech, unconscious action? In unconscious action, you are not ready to face the consequences. Like a thief, a criminal, or a person in a mob, in a big crowd. Everybody is throwing a stone, I also throw a stone. You catch a fellow who is in a mob activity, or it's a criminal gang, or even just a trade union, or few people getting into argument. In all these moments, every one of them is totally unconscious. That is why crisis galore. Somebody's head is hurt, somebody's leg is broken, somebody's car is burnt, somebody's vehicles are burned, road band. You know, in democracy, what you call absolute chaos. Why? Because everybody is free to do whatever they want. Somebody gives you a political right, to do whatever you want to do. But you don't understand. That makes you a human animal. The political so-called leader will be happy to make a constitutional amendment for you to do whatever you want to do, so that he gets a sanction to do whatever he wants to do. In the process, he is a billionaire, you are a stone thrower. Indian election is a clean picture of that. I was told people are given for this election 100 rupees per person. One party gives 100 rupees, other person gives 200 rupees. And of course, ordinary, uneducated people happy to take it because $100 is not a joke. 200 rupees is not a joke. Happy, 100, 200. Why? We'll have biryani, we'll have food, we'll have meat, fish, we'll have drinks. Right. But that is the bet. If he has given you 100 rupees, you have happily accepted it to cast the vote. Tomorrow when you go to the office for getting a sanction, he shall expect you to understand the language that you have understood during election. He gave you 100 rupees, you cast the vote. Now you give him 1,000 rupees, because where from he'll get his money? He has invested 1 crore. So he has to get it back from you. So you think you are enjoying a privilege, and the leader gives you that privilege so that he can be the criminal. Understand? Oh, you are free to do whatever you like. Free society. So you are free to throw stones. He is free to loot the treasury. How glorious. Understand? Unconscious acts creates a lot of consequences. And because of that, by habit, listen carefully, when you speak unconsciously, act unconsciously, you can never have a hold over your thought. Because before the thought comes, you are already speaking. That is why restless people. Restless people have to continuously defend their action. Restless people continuously defend their speech, that how he is not wrong, how she is not wrong. Restless. If you are a restful person, you are a happy cat sitting there without any need to defend. Why? You know what you have done, with no wrong consequences. Understand? So are you able to do that? Are you a conscious actor? And when shall you be a conscious actor? When you are happy with yourself, who you are, ajo nitya saswatoyam purana. But long before I come to appreciate myself, I've already seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, all these things, and the thoughts are built up. And we are acting like animals. Somebody shouts, fights, unconscious activities. You look at the world and see how people are acting. Like a drunken person. Everybody is drunk. Simple thing. Now, there was an ant here. There's an ant here, now it is tickling. So, mind said something. If you are unconscious, tickling, kill. For an ant, it's an ant. It's not a snake going over you. It's an ant. It's not another human being. It's an ant. The moment it moves, and is going, okay. How much movement? A lizard is coming towards you. A lizard, you are a human being. That's an insect. The whole household must be called. Why? So when then you thought, my God, somebody is coming to murder him or something. And you go there is one toad, and a frog. Just think. To make an issue out of it. Hey, not that therefore you should not forget it, like you go to in a restaurant, some people went there, and the man drinking his coffee and it stinks. Stinking, kerosene. Because of the, kerosene stove, something somewhere must have touched it. Then this fellow complained. He said, what type of coffee is this? He said, what happens? It stinks kerosene. He said, yes, that is coffee, because our tea stinks diesel. And another fellow complains, what is this? There's a fly in my coffee. He said, fly in a coffee? You know how much the coffee costs? He said, yes. How much? I'm giving 1 rupee. So for 1 rupee, shall we put an elephant? Anyway, same thing you can laugh it out, the same thing you can create a crisis. It all depends on you. People behave like a drunk. A drunken person goes to, he's totally drunk and he has a plan of drinking also. He's totally drunk already and he's telling the bartender, you have got a big fight in your hand now. Now today you are going to see a big fight, give me double. So he gets a double whiskey. Gulps it up. Then he goes to the phone and says, tell the policeman, come to this particular bar. There is going to be a big fight here. Give me another 2. So he takes another 2. Before the fellow pours it, he says, but who is going to fight? He said, see, you have never seen a fight like this. He said, yes, but who is going to fight? I am going to fight. With whom? You. He said, for what? I am not going to pay for it. Now think of it. That fellow, now you have to drink from him and then fight with him also. Now what do you call yourself? The fellow doesn't understand, drunk, right? Now what are we doing? We take the objects from the world and start fighting with the world with our memories. How beautiful. You think you are sane or insane? We are taking the perceptions from the world. All the inputs are from the world and then fighting with the world. What is that? Total unconscious behavior. And therefore, when a person is told, you are the happiness, the absolute, now he is under such a heavy spell of these moods, emotions, thoughts, notions, can't understand. So, Bhagavan says, Buddhir Yoga. May you counteract these thoughts within, not the object outside. Objects outside do not create any problem. It's your thoughts, your impressions. Therefore, your attitude must change, you must change. Yeah, I must change, I know I am the happiness, okay, I understand I am the happiness, but so difficult to remember it. In order to remember yourself, now consciously act on. What is easy? Listen, careful listen. What is easy? To remember myself or to lose myself in active thought? To lose myself in thought. Are you getting that? In the early stages, because you are ignorant. In the early stages, it is not easy to remember yourself. It is easy to lose yourself in a thought. It is difficult to be conscious. It is easy to be unconsciously acting on. It may be easy to unconsciously act on, but the consequences of the unconscious act is such heavy that you further mess up your life. So you have to deal with more emotions, more thoughts, more emotions, more actions. Now what you are doing is, you have start the process, Buddhi Yoga. With your attitude changing, you are now attempting to be conscious. Sometimes you may fail, doesn't matter, but you start. With what attitude? Karmanyavadhikara, full privilege over the action. That is why in a ashram surrounding or where 5, 10, 20 people are studying, 100 people are studying, satsang, learning, you give each other a helping hand. Because the person is still preparing himself, so don't expect flawless behavior from a flawed personality. That is where comes your kindness, your compassion, your acceptance of the other person's behavior. Helping somebody to grow up. Of course, if the person is stubborn, that is why, the person is stubborn, is not ready to listen to anybody. Then he is not ready to, he is not a sadhak, he is not a mumukshu. When you come to study and study these things, you are very conscious of your limitation as well as other people's limitation. So help each other out. Hey, I think you are little overreacting, That the person should say, really so, let me look at it. Instead of that, who are you to point it out to me? Then you are not mumukshus. You are not sadhakas, not the students. Understand? You don't feel uncomfortable. When somebody points out your mistake, you take it as a very, very constructive suggestion. Is it really true? Am I going crazy? Maybe yes. All right. Thank you. That is where mutual help comes. That is why Gurukula Vasa, they call it Antevasi. The student lives with the teacher. Why? So that he can see how the teacher behaves, not how the teacher talks. When you live with a person, you see his behavior, and his behavior, his speech, his love, affection, hatred, anything, that speaks louder than the speeches. Your action speaks. When your action speaks, oh, it is so beautiful. But your speech simply speech is useless. Just a simple joke other day. There was a twin. One fellow, there are twin. One was a preacher, other was a doctor. So mostly when the people look at that, they confuse each other, because either the doctor one or the preacher one. So one day the doctor fellow is walking down the street. Then he said, "Are you the twin which preaches?" He said, No, I am the twin which practices. He's a doctor, so he does his practice, you see. Anyway, understand. You can talk wonderful things. Like somebody gives a discourse on lack of anger, other is not angry. Which one you will take? The person gives a discourse on absence of anger, but himself exploding. Other person never talks, but is never angry. Who impresses you? The loud mouth or the quiet person? Understand? A very conscious action. So that time, at the level of the thought, you can handle. So, in this, when you start this process, people will commit mistake. That is why enormous patience on the part of the teacher. Oh, is he making a mistake? Let them. They have to make a mistake. That is how the person learns. Continue to make that mistake. Don't worry about it. At one time the person will change. Because nobody, please listen carefully, nobody deep within, in heart of heart, ever can be comfortable with anger, hatred, jealousy. Cannot be. Even the angriest person in his sane, sober moment will say, "Chah, why am I like this?" They hate themselves. You don't have to hate them. What needs is patience. Patience. Enormous patience. All right. That is where sometimes you sit down with enormous patience. A thought is bugging you, allow it to grow. Go, 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 go. Let it, let it, let it. Like you are catching a big fish in a deep sea fishing. A marlin is caught. Big shark is caught. You reel out. Let it take the rope. Go, 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 go. How long can it swim? You are pulling it out, it goes, pulling it out, tired, comes. Can you go fishing with your thoughts? In a deep sea of consciousness, go for an amazing fishing trip. Small ones are just nothing. The big ones, allow them. Let it go. But consciously on your watch. How do you let it go? It is hooked. The fish that is playing wild, you can't control. It is hooked. So when you are conscious of a thought, the thought is hooked. Are you getting that point, please? That when you are conscious of a thought, the thought is hooked. Now it cannot get away. Let the anger go. How long it go? Hatred, jealousy, whatever. Don't take any step. Let it continue. The restless, impatient people say, but how long to do that? Just do. If you are impatient, it will appear very long. When you are just doing it, just like that, you can see the whole thing. Appreciate. So, clearly understanding, karmanyeva me adhikar. I have full privilege over the action, but not over the result of action. So you don't create any complications. Such a person, manishinaha, wise people, jnaninaha, karma phalam tyaktva, karmajam phalam tyaktva, no more depending on the result of action for their happiness. When they act on, how? Buddhi yukta, karma yoga buddhi yukta. Free from janma bandha vinirmukta, free from the bondage of life and death. Anamayam padam gacchati. Anamayam sarva upadrava rahitam ityartha. Sarva upadrava rahitam. There is no limitations of any kind. Anamayam padam. No mortality, no birth, no growth, no death, no rebirth, no nothing. They are one with themselves. Such people. When shall I know I got it? These next two verses, your taste. Beautiful. Yada te moha kalilam buddhir vyatitarishyati. Hey Arjuna, yada te buddhi moha kalilam vyatitarishyati tada nirvedam gantasi srotavyasya srutasya cha. This will happen to you. Beautiful language. Te buddhi moha kalilam vyatitarishyati. Moha kalilam mohatmakam aviveka rupam kalusyam yena atma anatma viveka bodham kalusikritya vishayam prati antakaranam pravartate tat kalusyam. Moha Kalilam. What is Moha? What is delusion? Listen, Moha Kalilam means like is a group of, not a group, I mean a dense confusion. What is that Moha Kalilam? See, dense confusion. What is that Moha Kalilam? Please think. Aviveka Rupam. Mohatmakam Aviveka Rupam. What is Aviveka? Atma Anatma Aviveka Atmanatma Viveka Bodham Kalushikritya, completely confusing Atma Anatma Viveka Bodham as to who am I not. That is the time you are deluded. Vishayam Prati Antakaranam Pravartate. Forgetting who am I and who am I not, the person now completely Vishayam Prati Antakaranam Pravartate. The whole mind is now totally directed towards the sense-object world. That is the Moha Kalila. That is the delusion average person has got. Totally extrovert. That is how the average person is. When this Moha Kalilam Vyatitarishyati, when you cross over this, that time you shall know you have got the Karma Yoga Buddhi. In Karma Yoga Buddhi, are you getting that? In Karma Yoga Buddhi, when your attitude is straight, correct, no more your mind shall be pulled, pushed, helplessly toward the sense-object world. The deluded person is not happy with himself, moves out, always out. Now you sit down for yourself and see, are you restful with yourself? Or there is a restlessness. Listen carefully, because this is a dangerous statement. There are two types of restlessness. One is creative restlessness, other is agitating restlessness. Creative one is you want to help somebody, think, or you want to get a PhD, you want to achieve something, you want to write something, which doesn't disturb you. It's a beautiful creativity. It is energizing. But suppose I must have that drink, I must have that food, I must have that money, I must kill that fellow, take that fellow. You are very agitated, but it is only for personal gain. It's very agitating, debilitating, depressing, totally dehumanizing, makes you like a criminal. Very restless for your sake. It completely destroys you. Are you getting that? Suppose you are very restless, listen carefully. Suppose you are very restless to make everybody know himself. Just to give an example. Everybody know himself. Tremendous. Why? Who am I? Who he is? One and the same. I am happiness, he is happiness. I am very restless for that. I am very restless. I want to do something so that I will be happy. So are you going to make the individuality, the I, happy? Or you want to make the meaning of the word I, be with that and help everybody to be with it? Choice is yours. When it is for personal satisfaction, you will be tired. When you are universal, there is absolutely no tiringness, because your every action is free from any individual personal gain or loss. You are happy with yourself. So, Moha Kalilam Yada, when your thus mind, Yada te buddhi, Moha Kalilam Vyatitarishyati, tarishyati goes beyond This moha kalilam, atma anatma viveka, it completely goes beyond this delusion. And how do you know? Tada nirvedam gantasi vairagyam prapsyasi. Nirvedam vairagyam gantasi prapsyasi. You shall gain purna vairagyam, full dispassion. What is dispassion? Remember the Tattva lecture. What is dispassion? Vishayeshu bhogatyagam, not vishayatyagam. Vishayeshu bhogatyagam bhagyam vairagyam. When you don't have any sense of pain and pleasure in the sense object anymore, not the renunciation of the object. Same thing also. You are not renouncing the karma, but karma phala tyaga. Are you getting that? Same principle. You are not renouncing the karma. Not your action you are not renouncing, but you are renouncing the karma phala. If I do this, oh, people will praise me. Nobody praises you, you are finished. If I do this, everybody will say, oh, what a wonderful person you are. Who has time to say anything? There you go. It's like suppose you organize some nice thing and you call somebody, give them nice food, give them nice thing. Why? Just to get a good name. These people come, they think as though they deserve it all, they eat and go away. And what do you see? See, so much I did, the fellow doesn't even tell thanks. So you did it for a thanka. That is where you feel disappointed. But I enjoyed doing it. That is my reward, not the other person's recognition. Action for action's sake. Are you getting that point, please? Action for action. Why do you do it? I enjoy doing it. Why do you teach? I enjoy teaching. Why do you do agriculture? I enjoy doing agriculture. Why do you do art, painting, music? Anything for its own sake. I do it. Why? Because I enjoy doing it. Results? Oh, doesn't matter. That is why, that is how the masterpieces are created. Masterpieces are created, please understand, nobody creates a masterpiece. You don't plan, today I am going to create a masterpiece, one painting, this canvas is for masterpiece. You paint, masterpieces come up. You can't say, today I am going to give the best class. Giving a class. Masterpieces come up. Today I am going to make the best sweet. Too much of sugar or too less sugar. It happens. Always masterpieces happen. You don't create masterpieces. It just happens. You do enjoy doing it. There was a Zen master. And he was very efficient in writing these letters, especially Chinese, Japanese, those characters, letters, are very beautiful. That's an art, calligraphy. They write all this beautiful, they write letters. So the person was writing, on the watchful eye of some few people are watching him. So he wrote, one letter he wrote. He said, how is that? Not good. Again he wrote it. How is that? Not good. He wants to write the best letter to impress these people. Again he wrote. How is that? Not good. Now, how long these fellows can wait for him to write the best letter? After 1 hour, one after another went away, and the last fellow was watching, he said, I'll also go and come back. Went and come back. When he left, this fellow said, Appa, now these fellows have gone, let me quickly draw it. He finished it up. They came back. Ha! Masterpiece. He is not tense now. He is not ready. He is not trying to create a letter. Sometimes you throw some vegetables, everything. Oh, so delicious. That is what it is. Spontaneity. You organized one love, affection moment, Come here. The light is, candle is lit up, food is there, music okay? Was the, what is that, tablecloths are all right? Are they matching? What love? You are more worried about the candle, height of the leaf and who is coming, who is going. But there is no time for expressing your love and affection. Love and affection is spontaneous. When somebody comes, hello, you are so excited, your eyes so much excitement, you know, this person really cares for me. Then when the person is coming in, your eyes are on tablecloth, candle, food. The person is ignored. For him, it is made. For the person's sake, all this arrangement. But the person is ignored, the tablecloth is taken care. How people live their life, you know. Understand? So when? Tada, so it is not giving up the object. It is the no more looking for pain and pleasure in the object. Nirvedam gantasi. With your right attitude, and you know your attitude has fructified. When you shall see Nirvedam gantasi, your mind is now full of dispassion. No unnecessary projection, agitation of any kind for happiness' sake. Let there be projection. Are you getting that? Hey, today I have to do this act, so your mind has to be projected, or else how will you function? Huh? But no more for happiness' sake. 100% busy in life, but no more looking for happiness. Nirvedam gantasi. For what? Srutavyasya srutasya cha. Srutasya means all that is heard. This is a very beautiful statement. Your mind is now absolutely at rest with itself for everything that is you have experienced. Sruta, all that is heard. Sprushta, all that is touched. All that is seen. Drushta, all that is tasted. All that is smelt. Meaning, the entire range of memory doesn't disturb you anymore. What all you have heard, tasted, touched, smelt, seen, none of these memories affect you. Listen carefully. Oh, fantastic. Now I have really achieved the state. Srotabhyasya. Not only what you have heard doesn't affect you, heard means whatever heard, tasted, touched, smelled doesn't affect you, but srotabhya, which is yet to be heard, yet to be seen, yet to be touched, yet to be smelled also doesn't affect you. You are very nice until you tasted one sweet. Never have tasted the best. You go crazy about it. That is why what they call people get distracted. Very simple life. You did not get yourself exposed to high profile lifestyle. So you thought you are a very nice person. Now suddenly you come out and you see, oh, that person has got a nice watch. I think I should have it. Oh, he has got a nice computer. I think I should have it. All these things you have not seen before. You have not seen before. Therefore you never went crazy. You never saw. What you saw, what you heard, what you tasted, what you touched, smelled was very ordinary and you never bothered about it. But the moment you come out of the world, or come across another situation in life where you come across people who have got better cameras, better watches, better houses, better car, better telephone, better, then what happens? Can I have that one? Can I have that one? Can I have that one? And your whole focus is on those things. Can I be more popular? Suddenly these ambitions come to play. When you are happy with yourself, not only you remain unaffected by all that you have heard, tasted, touched, smelt, but also all that are yet to be heard, yet to be touched, yet to be smelt. Why? Listen carefully. Because if you know how to manage your thoughts, not only all that is heard is thought, but all that is yet to be heard, yet to be touched, yet to be smelt, yet to be seen, also has to become a thought before it bothers me. So when every thought I know how to handle, past and future makes me no difference. Do you understand? Understand or not understand? If you don't understand, I will not repeat. If you understand, I may be happy to repeat. Think, so beautiful. Whatever is yet to be heard, yet to be touched, has to become a thought. So learn to handle a thought, not a sense object. What people do? Keep away from the drink, keep away from the food, keep away from the sight, keep away from a man or woman, keep away from the gold. Hey, that is not solving the problem. How long can you keep away? So in a protected atmosphere, you can keep yourself away from everything. The moment you go to the world, you are bombarded. So inside the ashram premises, everything is exciting. Why? There is nothing more luxurious than Shambar Sadham. The best food is rice and dal. So you have absolutely no problem. The best person is ordinary. Oh, it's okay. Say everybody is white dress. There is no color to even attract. Everybody is pure white. Oh, what is this? No. Then you go out. Oh boy, eyes are black, ears are red, that is green, that is yellow, dressed like undressed. Huh? Then suddenly you say, oh, those things I had never seen. That is what it is. What do you do? Then food. Oh, such shops are available. What are they? Sweets. So many varieties. Chocolates. So many. Can I have? Yes. So many telephones. Oh. I thought only Nokia, but so many. So many different types of dresses. Right? You are driven crazy. And understand the principle. Whatever is yet to be heard, yet to be smelt, yet to be touched, also become a thought. Can you therefore handle your thought? Only then the action begins. Are you getting that? Only after the thought comes, action begins. So which one should be handled, which one should be taken care of? Your thought at the thought level or action level? Thought itself. That is a buddhi yoga. You cannot, all right, at least at the action level. But if you in Oriya, they say very nicely, I'll tell them, Mulu maile jiva sorry, devanga sange kimpa kali. Mula means if the root itself you destroy, finished. Why fighting with gods, that God did this, God that did? So fantastic. Take the root out. I take the root out. What is that root? No thought can ever affect me. If no thought can affect you, other person's speech is not going to affect. Hey, you rascal. First you have to listen, no. Then the thought comes, he is telling, I am a rascal. Am I one? No. Forget it. But people's reaction is what? The moment a speech comes, oh, you. The moment they hear, they explode. There is no time for thinking. Because already set ideas. When somebody says, I am a rascal, that fellow is a rogue, I am stupid. So you, oh, you, how can you call me a rascal? How can you? Boom. It goes through. And if somebody says, you are nice, thank you. Oh. Without knowing, am I right or wrong? Am I good or bad? I am absolute. If I feel flattered by praise, I shall feel flattened when people don't appreciate. But when you are with yourself, it doesn't matter. Okay, so with your buddhi yoga, this is the test. Nirvedam gantasi, vairagyam prapsyasi. You become settled with yourself. And what else happened to Srotabhyas, Sutas? So all that is heard, all that is yet to be heard. Many people, you can't believe, sadhus, educated people, they were in India, they were in different things, there is different type of stuff. They go to foreign countries. And things that are available are not available in India. Suddenly their head spins. Here there is a distance between maybe a man and woman. There is not much distance, not so much distance. A woman is very friendly, or man is very friendly. Your head spins. Everything that you did not do here, when you go there, it happens. Or the person, same thing from there to here. Cultures. Change. And you go complete crazy. Haywire. Ask yourself a question. The fellow never touched a drink here. Why? Because drinking is a taboo. You go there, what is wrong there? Hello? Drink for the night, drink for the evening, drink for the morning, you do that. You get into that. Like a Frenchman, one fellow was going in a ship. And every time he went to the dining table, he was supposed to be eating with a Frenchman. So when this person goes there, he says, before sitting down, the Frenchman says, "Bon appétit." So this man says, Jirgson, his name is some funny name, Jirgson. Make it some original, Richards, something like that. Then he said, "Bon appétit." So this man said, "Richard." Like that. So next morning, he goes there, the Frenchman again says, "Bon appétit, Richard." Lunchtime, "Bon appétit, Richard." Evening, "Bon appétit, Richard." Then this Richard comes back and talks to him. "See, first day I went there, the fellow says, 'Bon appétit.' I introduced myself, 'Richard.' I say, 'Richard.' Hey, every day why is he telling that name? I understand his name is Bon appétit, and my name is Richard." Then this friend told him, "Stupid, Bon appétit is not his name. Bon appétit means have a good meal, good appetite, enjoy your meal." Oh, so he went to the dinner, and the Frenchman is already there. So he goes there and says, "Bon appétit." And the Frenchman got up and said, "Richard." Yeah, he has picked up. So he thought, he's telling Bon appétit, so he's same thing repeating, it must be in his language, Richard. So when he said Bon appétit, he said Richard. See how he picked up? Indians never drinks. Teetotaler. Father doesn't drink, mother doesn't. First thing, they can't afford the drink. That is not available. Cannot afford. That is one big reason. Also not available. Then taboo. Never drunk. Goes to the other countries, free flow. Everywhere, anywhere. Every lunch and dinner, they will show you the bottle. Like I went to an Italian house somewhere in Nice. Very nice people. They prepared wonderful vegetarian food, best food ever eaten. I was wondering why these European airlines don't use this food as vegetarian food. It is so good. But before the food starts, the lady of the house, so sweet, brings in wine. "Thank you. I don't drink," but he doesn't understand my English. My person with whom I had gone, they had gone to wash their hand and come back. And by the time the treatment has started, What about pink? Pink wine? Red wine? I said, "Thank you, thank you." I am feeling embarrassed. I would say, "No. He said, "Thank you." Then then this person says, no, Swamiji doesn't take, you can give some water. Or, I said, water is enough. Then this man, big nice Italian man said, what? Only water? You don't even drink wine? Why? See, they will not be surprised if you drink yourself to, the whole bottle also they will give it to you. Why? Free, happy. They think they are entertaining the guest. So after some time, what happens? Your resistance breaks down. Why? When so much is available, drink. Previously you didn't touch it. Now you are drunk. What happens? Srotabhyasa sutasya. That is why what all you have heard, tasted, touched, smelt has no attraction for you. Suppose your past is very humble. Your beginning is very humble. You have not seen exotic things. You have no crazy for any things. But later on, as you grow in life, you see, you hear, you taste, you touch, you smell, you can be totally crazy. No. Srotabhyasya srutasya. Not only whatever I have experienced doesn't touch me, but also whatever I am yet to experience. Why? I am the happiness itself. You want to go, you choose to go for it. That's a different thing. Action for action's sake, but no more for happiness sake. And the next one is still more interesting. Shrutivi pratipannate. Hey Arjuna, you shall know. Tada yogam avapsyasi. That time you shall know you have got the karma yoga buddhi correct. When shall you know? Shrutivi pratipannate. Yada sthasyati nischala samadhu achala buddhi. Yada te buddhi nischala sthasyati. Because Shruti vipratipanna. Take that, underline that statement. I will explain it clearly. That's why I brought the book, so that you can see the meaning. Without Sanskrit also you can give the meaning, but see the beauty. Shruti vipratipanna means what? Aneka sadhya sadhana sambandha prakasana stutivihi srutivihi sravanihi vipratipanna nana pratipanna shruti vipratipanna vikshipta sati te tava buddhi shruti vipratipanna. There are different type of shruti. Nana Shruti, different type of Shruti, different types of declarations are there. In Vedas, Sadhya Sadhana Sambandha Rupa, so many exotic descriptions are given. You should do this, you should do that, you should go to heaven. Like today, you can say Laukika, Vaidika. So-called worldly declarations of million kinds, and Vedic declarations also, scriptural declarations of many kinds. Call it secular promises, religious promises. Fantastic statement. Any child, while growing up, you are exposed to different types of declarations like this. Get educated, you will be happy. Get money, you will be happy. Get married, you will be happy. Get things, you will be happy. Rule over empire, you will be happy. You are the managing director, you will be happy. If you are youngest millionaire, you will be happy. Climb the mountain, you shall be happy. Go under the sea, you shall be happy. Go on to the... So many goals are reached. So many goals are fixed for you. Shruti vipratipanna. Wow, sadhya sadhana rupa. Sadhya rupa, sadhya sadhana rupa. That which is to be accomplished in time. Average person's mind is full of these type of goals and destinations. Do this, you shall be happy. Reach that, you shall be happy. There is a sadhya, there is a sadhana. Sadhya is money. Sadhana is education, job, theft, smuggling, any activity. Money is the goal. And what are the activities? Happiness is the goal. What are the activities? Listen, understand. If somebody makes, please appreciate this statement. If somebody makes happiness your goal, away from you, How many activities? Billion of activities. Because happiness is your goal. Are you getting that point? The defect with the whole system is, they make happiness a goal. If happiness is yourself, how many ways to go? Just know yourself. If happiness is your goal, how many ways to reach? Get educated, get money, get things, get married, get divorced, listen to this music, touch these things, taste these things, or touch and taste, touch and smell, smell and taste, sight and sound, sound and smell. Oh, combinations, combinations, combinations. This is known as the Shruti Vipratipanna. Moha Kalilam, your mind is full of such confusions and confusing statements. It's not easy to get out of it, and especially so it has given you power. You may say money doesn't give happiness, but when you have money, hundreds of people are calling you uncle. You may say the house will not give anything, but when you're in a big house, everybody wants to invite you to your house, and everybody looks at you. You may say car will not mean anything, but when you have the big car, everybody looks at you. You are in a good position, you get gun salute, you get special treatment, light up, convoy of cars before and after you. And you are a diplomat, you have got a diplomatic channel. When you are a minister, you have a different type of passport, different type of thing. All these things human beings have created. Listen carefully. With the positions, privileges come. With the privileges, exclusive feeling comes. I am the governor, I am the president. But when you listen to the obituary, old man died alone in hospital. The old woman died alone in the cancer. Top athlete. In their heydays, the whole world knew where they are. Now they are completely forgotten. For 20 years they are forgotten. One day they die, that day the obituary column died. So long where was he? God knows. But in their heydays, everybody knew it. And people feel absolutely revitalized as though, like an aphrodisiac, it works. Power, position, things. Why? Sadhya sadhana rupa. If happiness is a sadhya, how many sadhana? Millions of ways. So you are confused. Now Bhagavan says, Yada te buddhis nischala sthasyati. Now your buddhi is absolutely steady. No more, this is also right, that is also right. This is also okay, that is also okay. I think I should have some more money. I think I should give up the money and I should get married. I think I should give up my marriage, my husband and wife or something. I should have a free love. I'll have just stay, hang around in some place. Or then another person says, no, I should not be living like that. I should be living inside a cave. Or I should renounce everything. Or I say, enough of this nonsensical renunciation. Let me indulge. Let me go shipping and shopping and, go around everything, make money and... You understand? Which Tamil they say, Akaregi ikarai pache. Ama. Other side of the grass is green in English. Other side of the grass is green. If you are unmarried, you think nothing like marriage. And when marriage, it's nothing like running out of it. Right? And when you are only married, what about children? And when children, I don't know why you have these devils. You are poor, nothing like being rich. When you're rich, where is the time? So poor in time. Poor in resources, poor in time. Rich in resources, poor in time. And a poor man, rich in time. For what? If you have the nose, you have no diamond. When you have diamond, you have no nose. Understand? So, this is a fantastic line. Shruti vipratipanna te buddhi. Your buddhi is completely confused by thousands and millions of declarations. Imagine a child growing up in our time, this present age. How many informations by the time he is 10-year-old, 12-year-old? How many toys, how many trips, how many different types of food, how many types of things. Sometimes if you are a 40, 50-year-old, you talk to the 10-year-old now, you will be totally out of sync. It speaks the language you don't understand. He wants ninja turtle. You say, what is turtle? What is ninja? And why do you want a turtle? Huh? Suppose he says he wants a ninja turtle. You don't know it's a video game. He says, why do you want a turtle at home? Think. Like the fellow was going to a church, he was going to the restaurant, the big guard standing there, old timer, and the two beatniks come. Beatniks means what? Hippies, huh? Okay, some people like that. I was reading a joke. The two beatniks, the hippies like shut up, they go. Two men, they come. Then they say, sir, you are not allowed into the thing. He said, why? Because you have to have, gentlemen have to have tie in order to get to the restaurant. You have to have a tie. They are, just hippies, they don't have anything. And he said, okay, they go there. So but he won't be allowed. So he goes there and gets a tie. And this fellow says, okay, get in. What about the other gentleman? He is my wife. Now you are laughing, because now you have heard all this. Gay marriage and all that stuff, suppose you heard. Suppose he is an old-timer there. He will faint. He is your wife? What? You understand? Language changes. Like I didn't understand partner for a long time. I thought it's all business partners. Partner means living in person. Are you getting that point, please? Shruti, how many things people come across in life. So what do you say? Oh, that is why people repent. Maybe had I got money, I would not have come to this knowledge. Had I got position, I would not have come. Or why am I wasting my time? Let me do that, because that is so nice. It's better to, I think we should hold practices, We must do 2 hours meditation in the morning. And here there is no practice, only talk, thinking. Or I should be, standing on my head. Or I should be doing like this. I think when you look between your eyebrows, there is a light enters. Maybe that is true. Or somebody gets touched and something happens. Maybe I should do that. These are Shruti Vipratipanna. Laukika, Vaidika. Different types of things you hear from around the world with different types of people, as well as scriptural declarations, secular declarations. Everybody promises happiness. Why? The first and the fundamental mistake is, for them, happiness is a goal. The religion makes happiness a goal in the heavens, in the hereafter, and the secular person makes happiness a goal connected to different types of things in life. So how many ways are there? 1,000,000 ways. Everybody is looking for same thing. Not only happiness is a goal, God also is a goal. For the religious person, God is a goal. For a secular person, it's an impractical goal. Why should you talk about God? What is nonsense? True. If a God is a goal, who wants it? So secular person has successfully replaced that God. Money is your God. Power is your God. Position is your God. If for electricity, you go to God's temple, other fellow goes to electricity minister, who is practical? You go to God's temple and give the priest some money and you say, please pray for the electricity. You never get it. You go to the electricity minister and give him 1,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees or one mango basket, next day electricity has come. So which God you should worship? The secular people know which God to worship. Other God has no meaning. Why? Because that God is different from me. So it's a goal. Do you understand this principle? If happiness is a goal, if God is a goal, sadhya sadhana rupa, aneka pantha, path, so many ways will be there. Sadhya sadhana rupa. Whereas in case of happiness yourself, it is not sadhya sadhana rupa, siddham, siddha, eternally accomplished. I am the happiness. Satchidanandoham. I am immortal, I am absolute. So how many paths? So because of these so many paths I had heard about so many paths, I have been experiencing it, so many thoughts are in my head. Now when I do the karma yoga buddhi, if I was stuck on a sound, taste, touch, smell or any type of activity, when I consciously act on, the thought is expressed, consequences accepted, I am happy with myself. So buddhi, te buddhi yada nischala sthasyasi, when your mind becomes free from all these projections, that is also nice, this is also nice. Everybody tells the same thing. This vague nonsense goes away. That is also happiness, this is also happiness. That is also God, this is also God. That is also truth, this is also truth. There is no this and that. You are the truth itself. Truth alone is, God alone is. There is nothing other than yourself. You are it. Buddhi nischala astasya. Ask yourself. Samadho achala buddhi. Tada yogam apsisi. Here Arjuna samadhi. What is samadhi? Samadhiyate chittam asminiti samadhi atma. The name of the samadhi word, meaning the word samadhi means what? Not a state. Even samadhi, where the buddhi is same, that also you can say. But ultimately, samadhiyate chittam asminiti samadhi. Chittam asmin samadhiyate, where the mind is totally resolved. Self, Atma. In that achala buddhi, buddhi, thoughts no more move. Because no more hopes, dreams, nightmares, projections, nothing. I am happy with myself. To be happy, what thought I should have? What object should I have? There is no sadhya sadhana. To be happy, what should I do? Nothing. What should I have? Nothing. What I cannot have? Everything. What thought I should not have? Everything. Nothing and everything doesn't matter anymore. Achala buddhi, samadho achala. But still, I hear these things, but I think, Swamiji, can I go for little underwater meditation? Can I hold that Shivalinga for 20 hours and come? Why are you asking me? You be happy with yourself. Jump into fire also. How does it matter? Jump into water. You want some exotic experience, you go. But don't hope for enlightenment. Don't worry about it. That is already yourself. But what do people say? If you walk on the fire, drown in the water, underwater meditation, underground meditation, midnight meditation, early morning meditation. I mean, these are all pandering to the bizarre expectations of the individuality, where the person is fed with bizarre thoughts. Absolutely unsubstantiated projections. You do this, this will happen. The person who says has never done it. Look at the wall for 10 days. What will happen? The wall itself has nothing has happened to the wall. But looking at the wall, what will happen? It's a wall, it's a wall because it's a wall. Nothing has happened to it. So you want to look at the wall. For what? Okay, look at the wall. Why? Others are safe from you for 10 days. The whole world is peaceful because you are looking at the wall. So nice. For that, everybody should be put into walled cities. Understand? Even this language, you see that? Tada yogamavapsis. When there is no projections. Your karma yoga has succeeded. You're consciously acting accepting the result, and always happy with yourself. Therefore, once you are happy with yourself, which thought you must express? There is no such thought. Which thought you cannot express? There is no such thought. So how is your life? You are on a song, you remember? Every thought, every action, there is nothing which you cannot do, there is nothing which you can do, which you must do. There is no such thing which you must do, and there is no such thing which you cannot do. Everything I am free. Expert swimmer. Can be underwater, above the water, can push the hand, push the leg, float, anything. Swim through life. Never dead. Why? I am the immortality, individuality, body, swimming through the ocean of immortality. The whole living is a joy. Such a man, sthita prajna. He is abiding in himself, a sthita prajna. Sthita prajna yasya samadhistha, abides in himself. Now Arjuna says, oh, fantastic, when a person becomes like that, how do I know? Can you give me some descriptions? We shall see in the afternoon. Just read the question. Arjuna uvache sthita pragyasya ka bhasa samadhistasya kesava sthitadhi kim pravasheta kimasita vrajeta kim. Beautiful thing, we shall see that. Okay? Thank you. Close your eyes, please.